Hello everyone, this is Luna here. This is part 2 of a multi-part series on my channel where I attempt to be grounded with certain restrictions. This video's restriction is barbarian weapons only. Now, what exactly constitutes as a barbarian weapon? Well, simply put, it's any weapon that benefits from the barbarian mutation, which is a mutation that grants bonuses when attacking with clubs, the Salt Morning Star, and the two tasty weapons for whatever reason. Now here are the rules. I will play on wall mode this time. Yep, you heard me. This time I'm putting on my big boy pants and not being a little bitch baby idiot dumb. 2. I will only be able to use weapons that benefit from the barbarian mutation, obviously. 3. I will only use heavy armor this time. In my last video, I said that this one was an experimental rule, but from now on, I think it will become a mainstay in the series. 4. Beating the game consists of beating all bosses, the Broodmother, the Orchid Mantis, the Wasp Queen, the Rector Schmector, and the Affected Broodmother, completing the Java-matic event, and seeing the end credits. And just like last time, Tiny Tidbits will come back just because I like using it, though I won't be mentioning that I'm using it in future videos because that would just get repetitive, so assume that I'm using it. Anyways, let's just move on to the freaking video already. Starting off much the same as any other playthrough, grabbing resources, analyzing them, but this time not crafting clover armor as I cannot use it. And speaking of armor, the heavy armor restriction will give a lot of very needed damage resistance, but also cause us to use 25% more stamina when performing an attack. In the early game, this is going to be a bit of an issue, but hopefully we can get Parry Master quickly to remedy this. My first problem was that I could not easily make my first weapon, the Spiky Sprig, because I needed thistle needles. I'm not sure if the plants they grow on have specific locations, but I knew generally where one could be. So I headed over to the flooded zone and quickly had an encounter with an orb weaver. Luckily, I was able to outrun it, and I soon found my prickly plant. I grabbed the amount I needed and crafted my beautiful, but ouch-inducing weapon. As you can see, by this point I was starting to get really hungry. This is the best part about wall mode that I hate ever so dearly. You get really hungry and really thirsty really fast. If you have like a quarter of your hunger left, no upgrades or buffs, you can die mid-combat of starvation. And don't even get me started on the thirst. Hunger is manageable because of meal hunger buffs, but thirst has no remedy. Well, that's not entirely true. More on that later. With my newfound weapon and hunger, I decided to kindly ask a few weevils if I could borrow some food. Luckily, they were happy to do so. So much so that they exploded. Well, can't let their meat go to waste. As I was making my way back to the mysterious machine, some goons tried to take my lunch money. Get back, ye swines! This be my money that I will use to purchase food. Okay, you know what? I don't know where I was going with that. Anyway, they were no sweat. Though I should probably mention why I've been so against playing on wall mode these past videos. Take a look at medium and mild and the changes from them. Then take a nice little look at wall mode. Yeah, the list of changes is literally double what milds is. Not to mention the miscellaneous changes at the bottom. Why? Also, you deal less damage to creatures and they have 50% more health. Great. Also, the days go by slower? Not to mention this little change right here. I'm sure this won't come back later. Anyway, there was this big scary guy I tried to take on, but a ladybug decided to join the fray, so I bailed on that one. Then, as if my life wasn't hard enough already... Oh no, 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 no, I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead. Come on, what are you doing? Holy shit. Oh, okay. Nice. I'm surprised I didn't die from that. After that close encounter with death, I decided it was time to set up shop at my favorite place, the pond. Why is it my favorite place? Well, really it's just because it's just about the middle of the map, so going anywhere will be of equal distance. As soon as I decided on my base location, the Oak Tree Resource Rampage began. And let's just say, I was able to craft a whole lot of acorn chests afterward. A lot of acorns were harmed during filming. Yet, I was not satisfied. My bloodlust was only beginning. Acorns don't have blood, so that doesn't make sense. But the mites, those little red things, they had blood. And so I killed each and every single one of them. And it just so happened that those actions fixed the machine. So I suppose it was time to press the button and to see exactly what it was going to... Okay, or I could just walk right past it. You know, that works too. Anyway, I later came back and did the thing, went to the lab, talked to Burgle, and yada yada yada, you know how the game goes. In my playthroughs, I usually forget to make healing in the early game, leading to a lot of very avoidable deaths, so this time I decided that making healing supplies was top priority. And to do that, I had to... kill. I had to kill the tiny little grubs. They think they can hide by burrowing underground? Hide from me? No. No, they cannot. My eyes caught every single little movement they made underground. With my shovel, I dug them up. With my club, I bludgeoned them. And with my hands, I grabbed their remains. I had a few things I needed to analyze, so I decided to go over to the nearby field station and... well, and I tried again, to similar results. But one day, I'll come back. And I will be making sure every spider here is turned into a fine paste! I took a little dive into the pond to get some algae for the healing supplies and realized something. Oh yeah, I did also just kind of realize that we can't really kill anything underwater because there aren't any barbarian weapons that allow us to do so. So that kind of sucks. Unfortunately, this time, there truly was no weapon I could use underwater. This would make traversing quite hard, as I couldn't get the fin flops to move quicker underwater. Or could I? Well, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. After that little swim, I decided it was time. Time for... revenge. My spiky sprig was doing pretty well, but of course, we needed that sweet, succulent gamer progression. And the next weapon I could use was the red ant club, which I still don't really know why it's a tier 2 weapon. It's made of red ant parts and mandibles, which are tier 1 enemies and resources, but whatever. And so, it was time to pay them a little visit. Why are you up there? Idiot. There we go. Coming back from the anthill, I realized that I still didn't have enough to make my club. So, I decided that I would just make it later and proceed with the story for now. This takes us to the hedge lab. Actually, just before that I obtained Cootie Grass 1 out of 2, and then proceeded to the hedge lab. While I was there, I began to collect a whole bunch of berry chunks, as I would need berry leather for future crafting. I even got Cardiofan 1 out of 3, which was nice. I realized that now that I've already made a video like this, explaining certain things might get repetitive, i.e. every f***ing lab. So, I'm just going to assume you've watched my previous video or already know how all the labs play out. Of course, if anything of interest happens, I'll make sure to note it. Anyway, so I fat-fingered C on accident. That was really funny. Yikes. Anyway, What? Oh my god, they should not do that much damage! Wait, what? Are you kidding me? Okay, I swear I'm not bad at this game. Spiders 2, me 0. I'll get them back. Don't you worry. Now, funnily enough, that second death was actually enough to break my only weapon. So, not wanting to go all the way back to my base and repair it, I just sped ran the whole lab. Speed ran? Sped ran? I don't know. Back at my base, I killed my first ladybug. And, of course, there are only so many heavy armors in the game, so you can probably guess what her parts will be used for. I also decided that the one milk molar I picked up from the hedge lab should go into the hunger thirst drain rate, because... yeah. Hey, literally any other upgrade doesn't help when I become terminally dehydrated in 2 seconds! Then I was off to greet the bigger red ant population with a friendly hello. Luckily, my newly crafted acorn armor was more than enough to stave off dying. Alright. Damn. Well, no matter. I had enough parts from my ant club, and was actually even able to get my ladybug armor as well. Now, I needed a gas mask. Problem is, I need a stink bug part. And stink bugs release gas, and they will kill you so hard in woe mode. So, now what? Was I going to have to find a way to cheese him? Or out-heal their damage? Or maybe there was an easier option. Web sacks. When you destroy a web sack, you get some web fiber, and there's a chance to get a few items. A ladybug head, a stink bug part, a stink bug gas sack, and a boiling gland. I think you can see where this is going. Oh, also, a whole bunch of spiderlings come out of the sack too. God, I hate them so much. There we go! Finally! Wow, that took way too long. And even after all of that, we still couldn't make the freaking gas mask. I didn't have enough gnat fuzz. And, admittedly, gnat fuzz is kinda hard to get. Gnats don't spawn in their locations 100% of the time, and since we only had melee weapons, actually killing them is another hurdle. Luckily, we were able to make the insect axe so we can chop stuff better. Yeah, it actually just doesn't do anything right now, other than, like, getting weed stems? I don't know. Oh, also, I just super duped the gnat fuzz. It was only 50 raw science. It was worth it. Along with the gas mask, I was also able to complete my ladybug armor set, and since we weren't getting an armor upgrade for a while, I decided to enhance them to level 2. Oh, and I upgraded my club too. Now, it was time. Time to do what I do best. Kill. Actually, never mind. There were 3 fucking stink bugs against 1 me. So, if you didn't know, gas can stack damage dealt to your gas mask. So, 3 stink bugs absolutely wrecked my gas mask. So, I had to flee. But I wasn't gone for long. And somehow that one stink bug gave me 5 parts. Wow. Now that I had the parts required to make my hammer, it was time for a milk muller spree. Next was the pond lab. Now, as I said before, about that bridge that we would cross when we got there, yeah, we're crossing that bridge now. We can't get the fin flops. Now, that's not a horrible thing, because we can still get the gill tube, bubble helmet, and mertine, but swimming will be slow. Oh, okay, never mind then. Well, that's convenient. With my newly acquired equipment, it was time to harvest sunken bones and koi scales. The koi scales won't be used for much other than being needed to actually beat the game. Now, it's time to go really, really fast or something. Now that we've acquired muscle sprouts, I decided it was time to retire and become a humble farmer. Gotcha, I'm not retiring. My only job is killing. I began to collect some mint shards, as it would allow me to make a very good weapon later. I'm sure you know which one that one is. And then, it was finally time for me to venture into the haze. Wow, I hate this place. Like, really hate this place. Mostly the infected larvae. They're gross, explodey, yucky even, and all around just not that nice. In fact, they were so not nice that they actually managed to kill me. Wow. Assholes. Venturing further, I discovered my final juice box landmark. This gave me the juicy mutation. Remember like 20 minutes ago when I talked about thirst possibly having a remedy? Yeah, this is it. Actually, it's not even a remedy. It's a cure. With this mutation, I will, and without exaggeration, never run out of water. Not only does it prevent you from thirsting to death, but it will also completely stop your thirst from draining. So, let's just say that thirst was never an issue again. After having collected enough fungus, I collected red ant eggs to proceed with the crafting of bombs. Now, there is something else I must discuss. I have been withholding information from you. There is another barbarian weapon that I can get now. No, it's not the Salt Morning Star. It's not the Fire Ant Club. It's the Pinchwhacker. Okay, well, I did talk about it during the intro, so I guess I didn't exactly withhold it from you, but whatever. So, I made my way up to the berry outpost and grabbed my new weapon. And surprisingly enough, this weapon is kind of good actually. Its finale electroshock burst thing actually does a decent amount of damage and hits multiple targets. Not to mention, it's one of only 2 barbarian weapons that I can actually use with a shield. Well, we're at the Haze Lab. Play the unfunny reused joke again. Later, I managed to get into a little feud with some mosquitoes, but they were no match for me. Oh, and also, I forgot to mention, I got a little aphid pet, and... What comes around, goes around, mosquitoes. Picnic table, baby, woohoo! Oh yeah, can you tell I'm running out of interesting ways to tell you what I did? Well actually, I went to the garbage can area since I forgot the silk rope to make the zip line from the picnic table to the sandbox. So that was interesting, I guess. And since the black anthill was there, I decided I might as well do it now and... Oh wait. Oh no. No. Wait, no! I should really stop reusing that joke. I won't, but I should. Anyway, I prematurely plugged the haze just because I was there and I had gum on me. Then, it was Antlion Area Hour. That didn't sound nearly as good as it did in my head. Anyway, I committed classic sandbox shenanigans, killing antlions, collecting salt shards, and the Salt Morning Star recipe. Oh, that's an issue. I forgot to make the black ant shovel. So, I went back down to the black ant hill to get the parts I needed for the shovel, except I couldn't anyway because I needed grub hide. Great. So, I went all the way back home, and then went all the way back to the sandbox. Pain. Luckily, not much else happened. After a lot more antlion genocide, I collected the moat key, unlocked the chest, and grabbed the recipe for my first elemental weapon. I collected salt shards in preparation for this new weapon, and back at base, I realized that I needed a lot of tough gunk, not only for the Salt Morning Star, but also the mint mace. One place I know I can get a decent amount of gunk is the Ladybird Larva Cave, but wow do I hate that place. In WoW mode, you get pinched and sizzled to death very quickly. So, I decided to collect some charcoal first, though of course there were still some ladybird larvas around. Don't worry, as soon as I get my mint mace, they're gone. Also, without sizzle protection, charcoal collection was a little annoying. Yes, I did have fresh defense, and I ate a quesadilla antlion, but the sizzle was just still too much. Off camera, I decided to build a house, and this time, it is actually important because we are going to need every buff we can get. And the buff in question, the defense and exhaustion bonus the petal bed gives us. And to get the petal bed, we need to get cozy level 5. Back in the upper yard, I decided it was time to try my luck at killing a roly-poly. It took a little bit, but hey, not too bad. Then I made the worst decision of my life and went into the Ladybird Larva Cave. I was not ready for this at all. Some new armor would have sufficed at least, but I just decided to dive right in. And yeah, I died. More than once. And if it wasn't bad enough, when I got back to my base, they decided to raid it. Though now, I did have enough tough gunk to make my morning star, but I needed gum, so I went out and did that. And there we go. Look at that glorious weapon that just doesn't do enough damage. What? Yeah, I don't know, but they made this deal like very little damage compared to like every other tier 3 weapon, but that didn't matter, because it was time to face a great enemy. A returning character from the last video, the giant enemy ox beetle. After that beetle beatdown, I was close to the termite den, so I went and did some massacring there too to obtain my termite axe. Having the termite axe, I went into the motherlode of milk molars and collected them, obviously. Collected Thor's pendant, pupahide, lint. Yeah, nothing special yet, I know. However, something special did happen after that. The mint mace was now mine. I also got roly-poly armor and a surprisingly helpful ladybird shield. And actually, before this playthrough, I thought shields were more or less useless if you know how to parry. However, what I didn't know is that shields actually allow you to parry more things than you could before. And luckily, Tiny Tidbits fixes the god-awful 20% damage penalty shields give you in the base game. Seriously, Obsidian, what the hell were you thinking? Not to mention, the Ladybird shield has a chance, on a block or parry, to make all attacks cost 0 stamina for like 5 seconds or so. In this challenge where I can only use heavy armor, this is genuinely really good. After these well-needed equipment upgrades, I was off to the Fire Anthill, another place I hate dearly, but with my mint mace, none of them could stop me. I was killing them left and right. I even got Ant Annihilator 3 out of 3. They were so tiny in comparison to me. I couldn't stop myself from killing them. Even though the whole purpose was just to extract the resources, I couldn't help myself. It was just too easy to kill them. I exited the anthill with a whole bunch of upgrade materials and many corpses. I also got some more pupahide since I didn't have enough before to make the roly-poly breastplate. Yeah, laugh it up. It's really funny, I know. I tried to take down my first wasp nest and... Wow, that took forever. Then, because I thought I was ready, it was time to take on our first boss, the Hedge Broodmother, the mother of all spiders. She created all of those spiders. The ones that angered me in the beginning. I was going to make her pay, and not just once. After all that, I had enough to make the full Mother Demon armor and the bat as well. I upgraded the armor to sleek and upgraded the bat to sour for future events. Then, I decided to give her one last visit to make sure she would not forget me. Hey look, another lab. Oh wait. Oh no. I decided that it was time to get an ant pet. Since I thought my damage output was good enough, I decided a black ant pet would be a good choice. Then, it was time to put down another boss. This time, the orchid mantis. The mother of all... okay, I don't have a dramatic monologue to start this fight, so I'm just gonna show you what happened. I wanted to get the woodpile burgle chip so I could make Black Ox burgers and some other stuff, but the termites had other plans. Or I had other plans, apparently. No! What the fuck? So, let me just show the description for Poison Nova, my armor's full set bonus, on the screen, and the death message. I'll let you come to your own conclusion as to how my pet died. But don't worry, I treat my pets like I treat my husbands or wives. When they die, I get a new one. Oh my god, that is horrible. I took down the last wasp hive, and now the wasps were pissed. Good. Now I can get to their queen and turn her into royal jelly. But before that, we had to go to the undershed. The deep, dark, dank, rank, stank, I'm out of rhymes, a hole under the shed, hence the name. But something scary was lurking nearby. Scarier than anything we had encountered before. Something creepy, crawly, venomous-y. And okay, I'm done playing it up. It's a Black Widow. Okay. What? That barely even healed him. Oh my god. I'm sorry, is there just not anything I could do to help my pets from dying? Next was... Oh, come on! Okay. Who... I don't know. I'm not meaning to punch him, but like... Gotta spam through the... text somehow. I went into the wasp hive after the Brawny Boy bin was opened and grabbed the recipe to summon the wasp queen. So right here in my script, it says that I went and killed the wasp queen. So let's see if that's true. No, are you kidding? You know what? You know what? I'm not even that surprised. Like, that pisses me off, but I'm honestly not that surprised. There we go. I only made 2 medleys, so another pet down. That's the wrong. And then the Director Sprinter fight wasn't bad, just really long, and, get owned. Ow! Ah! Dude, like, whatever. Like, whatever. Alright. Let's get serious now. Because something else was coming. Something truly different. She was here now, in all of her fungal glory. Oh my god. Fuck. Dude, I hate that attack so much. That is the worst attack. That is the worst attack because you can't do anything. You have to run away from it. And if you can't run, you're fucked. No! Fuck! God damn it! No! Oh my god! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! Oh my god! Yes! Yes! Oh my god! Fuck you, pop-up! Fuck you! You almost killed me, you son of a bitch! Oh my god! I'm calm. I'm calm. This is MMO mode, right? Yeah, okay. Oh my god. And believe it or not, but there was still one last thing to do. Though, if I'm gonna be honest with you, it wasn't that bad at all, especially after the hell we experienced just before this. So, I think I deserve a little break. There it is. Oh, man. Oh. Oh, wow. Maybe I shouldn't have done Barbarian first, because now that I'm thinking about it, like, Assassin might be really hard, actually. Because I'm only allowing myself light armor.